On a cold morning in early spring, a boulder on a lonely Japanese mountainside cracked cleanly in half. It should have been nothing, but millions of people saw the photo and felt their skin go cold. Because this was not just any rock. For nearly 1,000 years, the Japanese believed something was sealed inside it. Something old. Something that hated us. And now the seal was broken. The place is called Nasu, a valley of hissing sulfur vents where no grass grows and the air smells of rotten eggs. Birds that fly too low drop dead from the fumes. At its center sat the sessho-seki, the killing stone. For centuries, ropes and paper charms bound it. Signs warned travelers not to linger. And nobody could quite explain why they were so afraid. To understand the fear, you have to go back almost 900 years to a legend the Japanese have never stopped telling. It begins, strangely, with a beautiful woman. Her name was Tamamonome. She appeared at the imperial court in Kyoto, impossibly lovely, impossibly clever. She knew every art, every poem, every answer. The emperor fell completely in love. But as she rose, the emperor began to sicken. He wasted away night after night, and no doctor could name the illness. The court grew uneasy. Something in the palace was very wrong. Finally, the court astrologer was summoned. He studied the sickness, then studied the woman, and his face turned pale. She was not a woman at all, he said. She was a fox, a kitsune, a nine-tailed fox spirit, thousands of years old, who had toppled empires in China and India before crossing the sea to Japan. She had come to drain the life from the emperor himself. When she was exposed, she fled, a golden shape vanishing into the dark. The court sent an army of warriors after her, chasing the fox across the wild plains of Nasu. They cornered her at last. 2 great archers loosed their arrows, and the ancient spirit fell. But a creature like that does not simply die. Her body dissolved and became a stone. From that day, the boulder poisoned everything near it. Insects, birds, travelers who rested against it, all found dead. The people named it the killing stone, the fox's fury still living inside. For 2 centuries the stone killed. Then, legend says, a wandering monk arrived. He prayed over the spirit and shattered the stone to release her soul, so that she could finally rest. The pieces, they say, scattered across Japan. But the largest chunk remained at Nasu, roped off and watched, because not everyone believed the fox was truly gone. If stories like this keep you up at night in the best way, subscribe now. Every single day we uncover another piece of Japan's hidden dark side that most people never hear. For hundreds of years the roped stone sat quietly. Tourists came to photograph it. Shamans still visit it. It became a local curiosity, a spooky legend, safely bound. Until that spring morning, when hikers found the killing stone split in 2, the rope lying loose on the ground, the news spread in hours. And half of Japan said the same thing, half joking, half not. The fox is free. Online, people wrote that a demon sealed for 900 years had chosen this exact moment to escape. In a year already heavy with dread, it felt less like a coincidence and more like a warning. Scientists offered the calm explanation. Rainwater had seeped into a crack, frozen and thawed over years, and slowly pried the rock apart. Natural, ordinary, the kind of thing that happens to old stones. But even the officials seemed uneasy. Local caretakers gathered the pieces. There was talk of restoring the stone, of binding it again, of putting the seal back exactly as it had been. Because in Japan, a legend is never only a legend. The fox spirit still has shrines. People still leave offerings. The line between story and belief here is thinner than outsiders imagine. You see it everywhere, thousands of fox statues guarding shrines across the country, stone eyes watching, red cloth tied around their necks. The kitsune was never just a fairy tale. In folklore, foxes could wear human faces, marry unsuspecting men, and curse whole families for generations. To be possessed by a fox was a real diagnosis, whispered about in villages for centuries. So when the killing stone opened, it touched something buried deep in the culture. An ancient fear that the beautiful stranger beside you might not be human at all. Today you can still visit Nasu. The vents still hiss. The valley is still barren. And the broken halves of the stone still sit there, side by side, where the fox was said to fall. The charms have been replaced. New rope binds the fragments. Visitors stand a little further back now, reading the warning signs, and some of them do not stay long after dark. Whether you believe a demon walked out of that rock or a simple frost cracked it open, one detail lingers. Of all the years it could have broken, it broke now. And if the old story is true, if a nine-tailed spirit really slept inside for 9 centuries, then somewhere out there, wearing a face you might trust, she has been awake for 4 years. Maybe it is only weathered stone and old superstition. Or maybe some seals are not meant to break. Either way, the people of Nasu tied their ropes a little tighter and hoped.